Hey, I'm CJ Maurer with The Gist, Certified HubSpot Solutions Partner Agency, and welcome to my personal Inbound 2025 Product Overview Rapid Fire. Let's dive in. Normally I do videos where we break down strategic use cases across a variety of tools, but I just got back from Inbound. My team and I are very inspired, and although I'm going to be making other videos that break down some of these cool product updates in more detail to show you how you can actually use them, this video is just going to be rapid fire, what's new and why does it matter. Okay, so first we got to start with Breeze. By the way, this is a great page. I'm going to link to this in the description. You should absolutely check out this page. HubSpot does a lot of stuff on AI. It's been that way for a couple of years, and this conference and its focus was no different. HubSpot AI is called Breeze. The customer agent is awesome. Do you want a really smart agent that knows everything about your company, that lives on your website in the form of a little chat widget, that can answer questions when you're sleeping and route people to real humans quickly and effectively? Yes, you do. You want to learn about that. The prospecting agent, right? Do you want the ability to automatically enrich data about your prospects, like how many employees they have, what software they're using, if they've recently received funding, if they're recently hiring, all of these things that may impact your business and how you approach them, as well as the ability to add them to lists, help you draft outreach and enroll them in automated sequences. Of course, you absolutely want that. Data agent is really incredible. HubSpot is bringing more data enrichment into the CRM, both automatically and for free. You still do have to purchase HubSpot credits in order to run a lot of the AI agents, but now the traditional baseline data enrichment is free. So you can literally configure the settings to have your contact and company records enrich automatically from the publicly available databases that HubSpot got when they acquired Clearbit a couple years ago. So that's really, really exciting. The other thing is Breeze Marketplace is really, really cool. If you go to the HubSpot Marketplace, this is the same place you would typically go to find apps that integrate with HubSpot or to find website themes or templates, right? Well, guess what? Now there's a whole bunch of Breeze agents. This is the agent marketplace. So these agents can help you do anything, not anything yet, but a variety of things. Someday it's going to be anything. Maybe there'll even be a Breeze agent developer agent. But you can see right now all of these agents were built by HubSpot. Like, let's go to the deal loss agent. It explains you exactly what it does, and then you can add it, right? Once you update your settings. This is in a demo portal. But someday in the future, you can only imagine how many agents and use cases will be here once HubSpot opens this up for third-party developers to start building on it, just like their app marketplace and their template marketplace. Really, really exciting. So much with Breeze, you got to check it out. All right, smart CRM. HubSpot started using this term a year or so ago. I think it's a good way to frame what the CRM should be and should do. Right, the CRM should be a self-regulating tool, and it should orchestrate growth. It should be an instrument for growth in your organization, not just a repository for information. Now, traditionally, you would have to achieve that solely by how you implemented it and all the workflows you built and things like that. That is still true, but now with a lot of updates, HubSpot is doing that for you. So first thing, flexible CRM views. This is really cool. You can now go into any record. Like if I go into the new projects, which I'll talk about in a second, I have a table view. I can switch to a board view, right? We're familiar with those, but we also have Gantt views and calendar views and even report views, which I'm not going to show you because I don't want to show you a real report in my real CRM with real client data, but you can just imagine how absolutely cool that is. Just making it so much easier to access and customize your data. Also, self-generating CRM data. There are things now called smart properties where you could create a new property. Let me mute this to see if I can show you. This is going to be really cool, right? So if you go, let's watch this at like 2x speed here. You can get updates like when, HubSpot is constantly scanning publicly available databases for information, like if somebody got funding or is hiring or is using a new type of software, right? So now you can see, look at this, these signals received, boom. And now you can filter out these intent signals, get notified when they happen, and then HubSpot can even help you draft communication to send to those people to make it easier for you to follow up when you need to. Absolutely bonkers. The other thing when it comes to the smart CRM is now you can purchase CRM on its own, right? HubSpot core CRM was always free, but it just kind of came with, like, you had to purchase one of the other hubs, Marketing Hub, Sales Hub, Service Hub, whatever. And then, yeah, you would be afforded the tools of the CRM based on the level of subscription, starter, professional, or enterprise. Well, now you can just buy the CRM and just get workflows and reporting and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. Next is Data Hub, all right? Data Hub, formerly OpsHub. So on one hand, all they did was rebrand OpsHub as Data Hub, which I think is smart. But on the other hand, they added some really cool things. So first is Data Studio. I'm going to play this video again. Data Studio is absolutely awesome. I'm going to put this on 2x speed here. First thing you can do is obviously connect external sources. So here you can see somebody connecting a Google Sheet of conference attendees, and now you can just put those columns from that sheet directly into HubSpot. You know, they can just be in this view, or you can make properties. And now look at these smart columns. Look at this. Tell me if there's been any recent fundraising for the companies in this table. Answer yes or no. So boom, it creates this property. It names it recent fundraising. It makes it a string, yes or no, creates the column, and then absolutely just fills it all out. And now you can use that for segmentation to trigger workflows. Just incredible. And then more support for the data quality tools like syncing apps, formatting data, finding duplicates. Really, really excited about that. Okay, moving along. Marketing Hub and Content Hub. Loop is not a product update. Loop is their new flywheel. So the flywheel was a concept, platform agnostic concept introduced by Brian and Dharmesh in 2018 in Boston. I was there. Basically said, funnel is old and outdated. It thinks of customers as an afterthought. Now you need to put your customers at the center and build your attract, engage, and delight marketing, sales, and service around that. Personally, I think the flywheel is still as valuable and important as ever, but watch the keynote, the spotlight delivered by CEO Yamini Rangan, where she introduces the concept of the loop and why it's a good way to think about it, specifically for growth through the marketing and content lens. I certainly endorse that. Marketing Studio is just absolutely incredible. I know I keep saying that for every freaking thing, but it really is. So check this out. You tell your studio what you need, you give it a goal, it builds things for you. Listen, you're not going to use all of these exact. Absolutely not. And I'm a little old-fashioned where most of the time I want to generate things manually because I think I trust my brain and the brain of my team better than robots. But let's also be honest. This is a great way to start anything. And two, if you have an existing piece of content and you want to expand it and repurpose it, this is just an incredible way to build more content faster. AI-powered email is also just like, this wasn't even on my radar, embarrassingly enough. First of all, you can see somebody's creating an email here using the AI prompt, literally just builds the email. But then the other thing that you can do, which I hope the video gets to in a second, is you can actually build dynamic text token. There it is. It said dynamic text token. So think of this like a personalization token, right? Personalization token. Hi, first name. It was great to talk to you and everybody on the company name team. Well, now this can be like full dynamic text where you can basically train the CRM to insert text that's insanely relevant to the particular content, right? So here it says, write a short paragraph congratulating the first name on the recent download of their ebook, briefly mention their interest in blah, 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 and how the ebook can help them, right? So this will literally be personalized every single time. And just think about how you can personalize it based on data on that contact record, historical data, or enriched data, again, based on recent fundraising round, or what software they use, or if they're hiring right now. This is just absolutely incredible. Lists, again, we're rapid fire here. Lists are now called segments, so that's one thing to consider. You will get custom recommendations in your lists, and just, you could see this, look at this right now, right? This looks a little bit more similar to the new lead scoring tool with the amount of flexibility. Look how flexible this list building tool is. It's not all crammed in that little left sidebar anymore. And you can just do so many, and or scenarios. You have so much more control over how you can segment your list, and just native reporting on your list, like how the list size has grown or shrunk or changed over time. And then obviously using that to personalize content, right? We always know about smart content, right? On this website, display content one way for people on this list, one way on this list, and another way for default, right? Well, now you can still do that, but you can use the marketing studio and AI to just create all of those different versions faster. Really, really excited about that. Next is AI engine optimization. So AEO, it's the new thing. It's kind of similar to SEO. I'll be honest, I have had 3 or 4 people over the last 2 weeks reach out to us about help for HubSpot because they found us on either ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or whatever. So I'm like, oh, that's cool that that's working. What did we do to do that? Well, a lot of it is because we're doing this, right? We have traditionally applied sound SEO practices, search engine optimization practices. So what's good for SEO, most of it is also good for helping you get referenced and recommended by AI platforms. So that's good. So if you've done SEO really well, chances are you have a leg up for AI engine optimization or AEO. But there's some things that are a little different, because people use AI platforms for slightly different searches and looking for different information. And there's different ways that you need to approach it. So think of it as a slight evolution to your traditional SEO strategy. Well, guess what? HubSpot literally has tools built in right now, just like they have historically for SEO, for AEO. So trust me when I say that this is the way things are going and you want AI platforms to talk about your business. Next, we're going to CommerceHub. Okay, so CommerceHub has always been listed on HubSpot's product page, but you can never buy CommerceHub. Like if you clicked on CommerceHub, you would then see, oh, here's all of these tools, products, quotes, invoices, payments. But all it would say is, all right, we charge, 3% per transaction, whatever, just, no different than Stripe or QuickBooks. So we always kind of knew that CommerceHub was coming, but it's literally been like this for 2 years until now, okay? So what is CommerceHub? It is what they've officially branded all of their CPQ tools, configure, price, and quote. So even though CommerceHub was listed, all of the traditional CPQ tools have fallen under Sales Hub, right? If you have a Sales Hub subscription, then you can send quotes and accept payments and everything like that. Well, now they've stood it alone under its own tool, CommerceHub, and they have significantly expanded it, evolved it. It's still a work in progress. I think it's going to be a major focus for the rest of this year, according to their development team. But you can see right here, first of all, you have a lot more flexibility in the native quote and proposal template builder tool. You have more flexibility with how you organize your products. You can also do tier-based pricing. You can organize your products into price books. As you can see up here a second ago, you can write a cover letter, even use AI to generate that cover letter. You can now attach files in your quotes. So it's really starting to move in the direction of a more flexible, customizable, and robust end-to-end CPQ tool. My personal opinion, it is not yet at the stage where it competes with a top-class CPQ only tool, but it's definitely moving in that direction. For the time being, if you use quotes or any of those features, you'll still use them completely uninterrupted. It'll be called legacy quotes, and everything will be business as usual, but you will need to purchase a new CommerceHub subscription to use these new tools, which, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but at the same time, it's also a really great tool. Once you're here, definitely go down to all releases. I'm going to go through some of these in really rapid fire. As you can see, a lot of this stuff is AI related, like data agent, customer agent, prospecting agent, breeze here, breeze there. This is a great filter. One other thing I'm just going to mention, and I already created a tool for this, is the projects object. Now we can create projects. It's just activated a new object inside the object library. It's totally default, except it's way more connected to your tasks. So HubSpot, once again, is moving in the direction of being able to bring maybe replace your Monday or your ClickUp someday in there, right? It's definitely not as robust as a traditional project management tool. We still use ClickUp internally. We're huge fans of it. We're huge fans of other, we're fans of Monday and Asana and all of those tools. But for simple things like a client onboarding process where it's like, hey, we just have stages and tasks, like this could be a great use case for that. I have another video coming out on that as well. So the bottom line is that HubSpot's product development is only accelerating. Like they did over 200 in 2024, same thing in 2025, more AI. But what I like is that they're not just going only on AI, right? They're building out a lot of things like new objects, better flexibility on quoting tools, the projects object, the different, views inside the CRM reports. Like for all the CRM traditionalists there that want HubSpot to continue to evolve, it certainly has. It's very, very exciting. So I tried to make this as quick as possible, but I'm sorry, it's HubSpot's fault. They gave me so many big product updates to have to go over. Stay tuned for more videos where I break down some of these product updates in more detail to show you what these use cases are and how you can benefit from them. Once again, I'm CJ Maurer with The Gist. We love producing these videos for you. If you found this valuable, please hit like and subscribe so you can keep getting these videos, and it helps us get these in front of other people just like you who really benefit from this free content. And by the way, if you would like to have a strategic HubSpot use case delivered to your inbox every week, subscribe to the Spotlight. It comes every Monday at 10 a.m. your local time. Once again, I'm CJ. Thanks a lot. See ya.